Hey YouTube, I got another question here. I decided I'd make a video on it because it's a good question and I'm going to email this guy back. But anyways, the question was, I just got the Behringer EP2500 and two JBL JRX 125 dual 15-inch monitors. Okay, let's see here. I don't seem to recall which ones those are. So pretty much, the guy got that amplifier right there, and then a pair of speakers like those. So those are good, and in my personal experience and preference, I should say, wrong way, always wrong way. Floor standing speakers aren't too great. And one thing, if you know as a DJ, is you want to have the horns. Let's see here. Let's go into one of these pictures. You want to have this thing right here, that's called the horn, and then you get your dual subwoofers. You want to have that at or above ear level, and that'll give you the best sound quality. But a guy in town has a Mackie floor standing speakers, SRM 150s or something, I don't know. And they sound really good, and JBL is known for very good video quality, or audio quality, excuse me, I'm not. Anyways, so continuing the message, the EP2500, the amplifier, is 650 watts at 4 ohms. The JBL speakers here, he's getting are 500 to 1000 watts at 4 ohms. What settings on your amp or your speakers, or for, I can't talk, let me start. What settings you use on your amp for the speakers. So I think he wants to know pretty much what the settings I use on the amp are for the speakers. Now, I don't use the same speakers, mainly because my budget's not as high. But anyways, pretty much the basic settings I use, and in this video I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. Pretty much, for my application, I'm probably getting, I think, 500 watts it is. I don't recall. But anyways, what you do is you get, the power. Say you're using 4 ohms or 8 ohms, whatever you're using. For this specific thing, let me go over here real quick, and then bring up a calculator. Hold on. So we'll bring up our calculator, and then over here, so we've got it, it says 34. So what we're going to do is we're going to say he's got 650 watts. So we're going to take 650 and then divide it by 34. That means each, let me think here. Each, actually you go on every 10, 16, it's off like 4, I think it goes, looks like. See, I don't understand this. It goes 10, 16, 20, 22, 24. It goes from like 4 to 2. So pretty much what you're getting for every one thing you go on, and pretty much, it's not very on, but for every one, you're going to get about 11 or about 20 watts, you can reckon. So when you get to about 30, you can, multiply 30 times 20. You'll get about 6, when you're, putting it right there, you're going to get about 600 watts. If you put it down there, you'll 650. So if you're using this at 4 ohms, right there, you're going to get about 600 watts. And you can do this for pretty much anyone. That's how I do it. But the Crown has it a little smarter. I really don't understand why they go. Why they go from plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. It's kind of retarded. But I guess they have a reason for doing that. I'm not sure why. Anyways, so that's how you can do it, and then that's how you figure out how to get your amp setting. Now, one thing I like about Behringer that they do with their amp is they have these dip switches. Okay, so let me explain to you what these dip switches do. And as you can see, the only two I have are the top and the bottom dipped. So pretty much what the top one is, let me see if I can read this here. The top dip switch is the clip limiter. So if you have it to the left, it means it's off, and if you have it to the right, it's on. So wait. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. So technically I have the two ones on. Now, pretty much what a clip limiter is going to do is, say I'm playing it too loud, it's going to recognize that and it's going to automatically turn it down so it will not clip. Alright, over here you have your what they mean, and then you got your low cut filters. So pretty much, you know, you've got all that. You can pause it, look at that, you know, because really I only use the clip limiters. I'm not really sure what a low cut filter is. I'm not really into all that technical stuff. But if you have any questions on technical stuff, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. You know, I can get help from other people. And then you got, it tells you all the stuff you could possibly need about, you know, that and that. But really, the only two functions I use are the clip limiters. So that's pretty much how I have mine hooked up. I believe that was the question. Let me read it one more time. But, you know, there are, you know, many different ways for how different people, you know, want to use it. What settings on your amp for the speakers. Yep, that's pretty much it. Now, let me get the specific specifications on this. Now, a lot of people, you know, will like read, you know, it's like, oh wow, 500 watts continuous, 1,000 watts peak right there. And that's what that guy's pretty much saying. Pretty much what it's saying is you can go for 500 watts continuously, but after you get over 500 watts, you're going to start having some troubles with the speakers. So say you were to have your 650 watt amp pumping about 600 watts out. You're pushing your amplifier and you'll be pushing the speakers. Even though it says 1,000 watts peak, they don't mean it's going to be getting that much power. So pretty much that's not much use. It's telling you, you know, try to stay as close to 500 as you can. If you need to go up or, you know, down 50, 60 watts, you probably can do it. But if you get to around 700 watts, you're going to start hearing a lot of trouble with your amp. And one thing you do want to do, I guess, is get an amplifier. Say you have the power capacity of 500 watts. Don't get an amplifier that's only 500 watts, because then you'll be pushing the amplifier. So get an amplifier that'll get about 1,000 watts, and then you won't be stressing the amplifier as much. But what you really want to do is you really want to know your speakers. You want to know how your speakers will handle. He's so cute. You want to know how the speakers will handle, and you know how much they can take. So, but if you have, you know, the dual 15-inch subwoofers in there like that, then, you know, you're probably going to get a lot of bass, and you're not going to need to worry about going over 650 watts. But if you were to buy that and try to pump 650 watts out of this amplifier, that'll max out, you're going to be pushing your amp to a lot of power. That's when you'd probably want to get another one, chain them up, like daisy chain the amplifiers. There's ways you can do that. I haven't really ever done it, so I can't show you, but you know, it's or just get a more powerful amplifier. And to find a powerful amplifier cheap these days is pretty tough. Crown and QSC, they you know, sell pretty good amps, but they're really expensive. But I guess that's all I have to say about that. If you have any more questions, I try to make these videos short. They turn out long because I have more stuff to say, but I guess that's it.